So it's that time of year again where, students, summer, students are getting their grades and they're starting to think about university. So, there's lots of different options, taking a gap year, going straight to university, working for a little bit. But, we're here with Director of Admissions at the University of Central Lancashire, Rebecca Leech. So, hi, lovely to
Hi,
meet you.
Sasha. Nice to meet you too.
So, Rebecca, we've been trawling Google to see, the most commonly asked questions in relation to university clearing. It can actually be quite a taboo.
hmm
Not many people know about it. So I think it's good that we do this. So we would love to hear your thoughts. And can you just explain to us what exactly is clearing?
Clearing is essentially another opportunity for applicants to gain a place at a university of their choice. Um, Years ago, clearing used to be seen very much as a last chance saloon. So it would be factored in for applicants who potentially didn't get the grades that they wanted, but it's very much changed. Students will go through clearing out of choice. They may not have applied through the main cycle all year because they know that clearing is an option for them. And lots of universities have lots of places through clearing. Also, it can be an option for students who might have made an application through the main cycle. They might have got their grades, they could have done better than what they expected, or they could have had a change of heart and all of a sudden don't want to do journalism anymore, they want to do a law degree. So it gives them another option. So it's a really viable choice for students. Um, i- what I would say is make sure before you think about clearing, you do your research, and you really think about what options are available to you, what type of university you want to go to. But, literally just view it as a really, really good option for you.
And who can go through clearing?
Anybody can go through clearing. So you can go through clearing if you've already applied through UCAS. You can go through clearing if you're holding an offer somewhere. So some students like to have their offer in their hand and they like to shop around and see what other options are available and then make a choice and decide whether they want to release themselves to go to a new university or whether they want to stick with the institution that they're already holding an offer for. Um, Obviously, those students who have not applied whatsoever. So even if you're not in the UCAS system, you can still go through clearing, and universities will support you in getting your application together to submit it into UCAS. Um, Mature students can go through clearing. There's absolutely no age limit on the clearing operation. It really is open for all.
So, what do I need to know through clearing? What information do I need?
Okay, well, firstly, you need to do your research first. That's what I'd really recommend. Understand the university that you're ringing up. But what you need to have available to you is your personal details. So you'll naturally have those. You potentially will be asked questions along the lines of, have you already applied through UCAS? So really simple, yes or no. What course are you interested in? So it's useful to know that you're interested in history, or whether it's a foundation year or a year one program. Also, your qualifications. So the qualifications that you've already got. So your GCSE level qualifications, your A levels, BTECs, OCRs. Obviously, there's a vast array of level three qualifications, but they'll be the key elements of the information that you need. So, depending on the course that you are ringing up about, you might have to undertake a telephone interview, perhaps, or you might have to submit some artwork if you're applying for a graphic design program. So, just make sure you've got all the information, your personal information, and the information that you might need for the course that you're ringing up about.
And can I get rejected through clearing?
Um, there's a possibility that we won't be able to offer you the original course choice that you've rang up about. In all, scenarios, we'll always try to find an alternative. So potentially there could be an option for a foundation year, even if you don't quite have the qualifications required for those programs. The people that you speak to over the phone, they'll try to guide you through what you need to do to get yourself in a position, whether that's potentially doing an access course or some further level three study.
What is the deadline for clearing?
There's no specific deadline. Clearing opens on the 5th of July. Universities will all have different start dates. So it depends on the university you're going to in terms of when they can continue to accept applications up to. And also in some subject areas, there are subject capacity limits. So, for instance, for an acting course, for instance, we might only be able to take 50 students in a year. So again, research on the website. It will be able to tell you whether courses are still open or courses are still closed. Try and get your options together as soon as possible, from when clearing opens and when you've got your results, just to give you a longer lead time to the start of the programme. Because the more prepared you are, the more kind of the introduction and welcome to the university is going to be more streamlined.
So, what is the most common query you get in relation to the clearing process?
Oh, good question. Most common query. There's many queries that come through clearing, I'll be honest. I think a lot of students ring up panicked. They're panicked they're not going to get a place. So I would say panic is the common query, if that makes sense. Uh, my response to that would be, please don't. There is time, there's plenty of options, plenty of opportunities. And the people on the end of the phone where you're ringing up, they're there to help you. They're going to be really supportive. So try not to worry about that too much.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's lovely to get to chat with you and get an insider point of view on this kind of this process because it can be quite stressful, like you say, people panic.
Yes,
And I think that, this has really helped. So it was lovely talking to you and I really appreciate it.
lovely. Thank you, Sasha.